First, to start off with the size. The Ultra is a 6.9. The Note is a 6.7. Not too much of a difference, I guess. So big and heavy. So is the Note 20. The Note 10, which is the last year's model, is so much smaller and lighter than the Note 20, which I actually do like. Is it worth it for you guys stepping up? Well, we're about to find out if it's worth it or not. Is it worth taking the leap from the Note 10 to the Note 20 or the Note 20 Ultra? The Note 20 Ultra has a 6.9 display, like I said, with 120 Hz refresh rate. The front cameras are both the same 10 megapixels for your selfies, so you're good in that aspect. So what else can we compare it to? I'm gonna show you how they both run. They run pretty much the same. They're pretty smooth. Obviously, the camera is better on one than the other. I'll be giving you the specs in a minute on those. So it's basically up to you. Does it matter to you if it's heavy as long as it feels quality? A lot of people like for it to be heavy. They can feel like they got their money's worth, right? Some people can't because their arms, they have arthritis or whatever. In my case, I just like to have a light phone because I do a lot of stuff, sports, fishing, basketball, whatever I do. I hate to have a big phone because I feel like I'm always gonna damage it. In this case, I'm in love with the phone, but I think I'm actually not going to use neither of these two. I think I'm going to have to go back to my S20. Disappointing only because of the weight. It's just too big for me. I'm a big guy regardless of the fact. I understand you. A lot of you guys are going to say, well, Touchtone, you're big, this and that. Yeah, but put in your pocket, you have your keys. It's just humongous, a lot of weight. Your pants start sagging. I just don't like it. I like to have something that you barely feel that you have there. That's just my opinion. Let me show you. Let's get to that B-roll. Now, as you can see, we compare them to each other. Look at that. This is the Ultra, this is the 20, okay, the regular one. This one has a case, this one doesn't have a case. That's the only difference you're gonna see on them. That works just great. I mean, it really does. You click and save it, and you go ahead, you put your pen back in, close it, turn it back on. Your different types of wallpaper. I mean, this is the Ultra. Different wallpapers, which is gonna make a big difference. I always change my wallpaper. That's a Microsoft wallpaper, which is one I highly recommend. Look at the display. Oh, look how beautiful of a display. I mean, this display is just perfect. Look at the display, how wonderful the display is. It works just great. Click on anything here just so we can see Yahoo videos. You can't tell the difference between in these phones, guys. You really can't tell the difference. It all depends how important the camera to you is. Look at how beautiful that is. Now let me get down to the specs on these. What is the difference between these two? We'll start off with the Galaxy Note 20, 12 megapixel ultra wide camera, 12 megapixel wide angle camera, super speed dual pixel. Now, when it comes to the Ultra, it's 108 megapixel wide angle camera, 12 megapixel wide ultra wide camera, the same on both sides, 64 telephoto camera, 64 MB for the Note 20. For the Note 20 Ultra is a 12 megapixel telephoto camera with a laser automatic focus. There's a difference there. Face zoom on both. Optical image stabilization on both. Useful features, camera setting bar. You have the camera setting menu, HDR dynamic range, grid lines, floating shutter buttons, motion photos, location tags, quick launch. That's on the Ultra. The difference on the 20 is camera setting bar, just full view, timer, and that's about it. Video recording on the 20 is 8K recording, 24 frames per second. 4K UHD recording at 60 frames per second. Now the Ultra is 1080p FHD video recording at 120 and 60 frames per second. 720 HD recording at 30 frames per second. So you have a big difference there. Shooting speed, super steady on the Note 20, super slow-mo at 720, video support, 960 frames per second. The slow motion on the Ultra is 1080p, video support at 240 frames per second. Hyperlapse 1080p, video support. Performance on battery, 4,300 milliamps on the 20, 4,500 milliamps on the Note 20 Ultra. The charging is pretty much the same. Network connectivity is 5G, LTE, Wi-Fi, dual band, 2.45 gigahertz on both, Bluetooth 5.0, ultra wideband. Memory on the Note 20 is 5G, 8 gigabytes of RAM. Note 20 Ultra on the 5G is 128 gigs of RAM. Big difference with a 512 internal storage, and the 20 has 128 internal storage. Expandable memory, nano SIM on both. That's the same. They both run Android 10. They both have great speakers, same thing. Video playback the same. Water resistant IP68. So now you've seen it. Let me know what you think, guys. Is it worth it? Is it worth the money? Should you wait for the Google Pixel 4a, which is 350 bucks, light, small, not as good as these cameras, not as good, or the Huawei P40, which is an amazing phone. I don't know. It all depends. What phone do you have? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to be eligible to win the Note 20 Ultra, but we'll be giving it away in the next couple of videos. All you gotta do is comment and subscribe to this video and give it a like. I would appreciate that. Guys, you know how we do here, guys. This was a quick review. I appreciate you guys like always. Everything we do is easy peasy. Peace and grace. And catch the new takeaway.